Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create custom question generation for e-learning platforms using AI agent. So let's suppose I am running e-learning platform and I am adding all the details of my students and the course which they have completed in my Google Sheets spreadsheet. Now I want that as soon as I add a new detail, the content or the question should be automatically generated using AI agent. Here I am going to use my AI agent as OpenAI, and this generated content should be added back to my Google Sheets spreadsheet. Doing this manually will consume a lot of time, so I am completely going to automate this process. And to do this automation, I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Google Sheets and OpenAI. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build this connection in such a way that whenever I am going to add a new detail in my Google Sheets spreadsheet, the content will be automatically generated using OpenAI, and this generated content will be automatically added to my Google Sheets spreadsheet. Now if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to create custom question generation for e-learning platform using AI agent. For this, I've created this workflow with the help of Pabbly Connect, where I have built connection between Google Sheets and OpenAI. And now we are going to check this once. For that, I'm going to add the details in my Google Sheets spreadsheet like the learner name, course name, module, score, and you will see that automatically the AI is going to generate the questions for me based on the details which I've added. I'm quickly going to add all the details so here I have entered all the details. The learner name is this, course name is Digital Marketing Essentials, module is SEO Basics, and the score is 92%. You will see that in just few seconds, AI is going to generate the questions for me. And here it is. It has generated the question, and you can see we have added it directly to my Google Sheets spreadsheet. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. In this video, we are going to learn how to create custom question generation for e-learning platform using AI agent. For this, I am going to create automation between Google Sheets and OpenAI with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in your browser. Now after browsing the website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free. As I'm an existing user, I'll go with the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I am going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I've created over here. If you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow button. And first I need to provide the workflow name, and then I have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first, let's name this workflow as Custom Question Generation for E-Learning Platforms using AI Agent. And now I need to select my folder. These are the folders which have been created. I'm going to select this as AI Agent and then click on Create. Here, workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on Create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is Trigger, other is Action. So Trigger says when this happens, and Action says do this. Trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to generate the questions using AI agent, which means whenever I'm going to add the detail of that in my Google Sheets spreadsheet, like the learner name, course name, module, score, it is automatically going to generate the questions for me, which means whenever I'm going to add the detail, this complete workflow here will get triggered because trigger says when this happens. So when I'm going to add the detail and then action says do this, then generate the questions. So here in my trigger application, I will be taking Google Sheets, and then in my action application, I will be taking OpenAI and Google Sheets. So here in my trigger application, I am quickly going to take Google Sheets. And then in my trigger event, I'm going to take this new or updated spreadsheet row. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets, for which a webhook URL is provided to me. And this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help desk, I'm going to build this connection, and to make this connection, let me open my Google Sheets. This is the Google Sheets which I have created by the name AI questions, and I have all the fields: learner name, course name, module, score, AI generated questions. I am quickly going to add these details. So here I have entered the learner name as new user, course name is Data Science Bootcamp, module is data visualization, and the score is 76%. Now I want to send this data to my Pabbly Connect workflow so that it could be processed and the questions could be generated. And then I will be updating this to my Google Sheet spreadsheet. So now to make this setup, I have to go towards this extensions, go to add-ons, and then click on this get add-ons. Here Google Workspace Marketplace will appear in front of me, where I need to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And it is showing install because I have already installed this in my Google Sheets. But if you are doing this for the first time, make sure that you follow the same process and install this. After that you install this, it will start appearing over here, and from here you have to go towards this initial setup. Now this box has appeared in front of me where I need to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So this is the same webhook URL which I am provided in my Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this webhook URL, paste it over here, and then I need to enter the trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data entry column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. Here my final data entry column or the end column is column D, which means I'm going to add the data in this column, and this column is a column where the generated data will be added. So I'm not going to add anything in this column. So I will be adding the data in this particular column, column D. I am going to enter trigger column as T and then click on the send test, and you will see the test data will be sent. Now to make the setup, I am going to click on the submit, and you will see the setup configured successfully. Here I have successfully sent the data to my Pabbly Connect workflow, and now we have to follow a very important step. We have to go towards this extensions, go to Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and then click on send on event. This step will make sure whatever data we add in future, it is sent to Pabbly Connect. I'm going to click on my workflow, and then if I scroll down, I can see that I have received the response. The trigger column, spreadsheet name, here we have the score, row index, module, learner name, course name. These details are same in Google Sheets, and I have received that over here. Now, as soon as I've received the response, we can say the connection setup that we have created between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets with the help of this webhook URL is successful. And now whenever I'm going to add a new data, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Now moving on to the next step, whenever I'm going to add the new data in my Google Sheets spreadsheet, I want to generate the questions. So for that, I'm going to take my AI or my action application as OpenAI. And then in my action event, I will be selecting it as Chat GPT and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter the token. Following the help desk given below, I'm going to enter this token and I'm going to click on the hyperlink. And you will see that I will be redirected towards the API keys page. To create a new API token, I simply need to click on this create new secret key. First, I have to provide the key name. So let's say the key is test, the project will be default project, and the permissions will be all. And then I simply need to click on this create secret key. A new API token will be provided to me, which I need to copy and paste that over here. Here, as I've already an existing connection, I've created this connection multiple times. So I've selected the existing connection and then go with save. Here OpenAI is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter the AI model and the prompt. From this drop down, I'm going to select my AI model as GPT-4o Mini, and then I'm going to enter the prompt. So I'm going to enter the prompt that I have all the data in my Google Sheets and I want to generate the questions based on these details. I will be entering my prompt like, so here I have entered all the details. You are an expert quiz creator for an e-learning platform. Generate 3 custom quiz questions for a student based on their recent learning progress. Here I have entered the student detail like the name, course name, completed module, score achieved, and then I have written the guidelines that I want the questions based on these guidelines only and this format only. I am going to enter or fill these fields now, but I'm not going to enter this manually. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I have received the response from Google Sheets, and when I click on this field, I can see this Google Sheets. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. First, I'm going to enter the learner's name, which is new user. Then the course name is Data Science Bootcamp, and then the complete module. Here I'm going to enter the module name as Data Visualization, and then the score achieved is 76%. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static and the information will not change even if you have received a new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. I have entered these details. I'm simply going to click on Save and Send Test Request. Let's wait for the response. So here I have received the response. In this message content, I have my generated questions. What is the primary purpose of data visualization in data science? Which of the following chart type is appropriate for displaying the relationship between two continuous variables? And then I received the third question. So here I'm going to add this to my Google Sheets. But if you want, you can send it to the team on Slack, or you can send it through mail, or you can create a document or anything you like. I am going to add this to my Google Sheets column. For that, I'm going to click on this Add Action Step button, and then in my action application, I'm going to search for Google Sheets, and then in my action event, I'm going to select as Update Row, and then click on Connect. Now here I have already an existing connection. I'll go with Save. If you don't have one, click on this Add New Connection, click on Sign In with Google. Select your account with which you have logged in and grant away the permissions because your data is completely safe with Pabbly Connect. I am going to select the existing connection and then go with Save. You will see that Google Sheets is connected with Pabbly Connect, and I have to enter these details. So the name of my spreadsheet is AI Questions. As you know, we have created this particular spreadsheet, so I have selected that only from the drop down. It has automatically detected the sheet number 1. And then I'm going to map or enter this row index, which I've received from my Google Sheets response, which is this one, because whenever I'm going to add the new detail, this will keep changing. So here I have entered that. Now I have already entered these fields. I just need to enter or update the row which I have received from my OpenAI response, which is this one. Now I'm simply going to click on Save and Send Test Request, and let's wait for the response. So here it is. I'm going to open my Google Sheets spreadsheet, and this is the question which we have generated and added to Google Sheets spreadsheet. Now to summarize, we took Google Sheets as a trigger application, and as soon as we added the details, we received that response here, and we generated the AI questions and added that back to my Google Sheets spreadsheet. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. We have successfully created automation between Google Sheets and OpenAI with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.